finally launch day for Rangers Kickstarter program, and beautiful sunshiny day. Probably temperature's probably only 45 degrees, but it feels like spring has sprung, even though we still have a couple more weeks and we might get the worst storm of the year coming later this month. So whatever, it's an epic day, and the team has been super hard at work getting everything ready for the kickoff of the Kickstarter, pinning all the numbers down, finalizing story details, getting all the images and animations for the card game, and making sure that the video looks just right. Wow. It has already been quite a journey, and now it's going to be this roller coaster ride in the next month of waiting and watching and seeing how the Kickstarter does as the numbers come in, and I hope they come in, and we find out, exactly the scope of the film project that we can undertake. I mean, I have huge dreams, and I was crunching some numbers and doing some budget and reaching out to people about, armor and weapons, and we got an absolutely fantastic sponsor in Medieval Collectibles, and they bring so much to the table as far as stuff we can use, and I'm looking at custom armor from Prince Armories and Imperial Armories, and I mean, it might be out of reach depending on what our budget ends up, but you gotta dream big. If you want to go big, you gotta dream big. And worried about the Kickstarter and getting the word out, and I just want everybody to know that we're the kind of crew that instead of going out and blowing money on like a Kickstarter party, which I don't know, I feel like has questionable, it is of questionable use to a Kickstarter campaign, unless you're really doing something that's like local and everybody involved. But I mean, our crew knows, everybody we're working with knows. Everybody's working real hard to get everything done. It's not exactly the time for a party. There will be time to party though. And I've got lots of stuff planned in the works. Anyway, that's my warm-up. Time to pick up the pace. Get Rangering. So as I was saying, we are a more frugal and responsible group than to go out and blow money that we'd rather spend on the production quality of the Rangers on a party before the project even really gets off the ground. I can't stress enough to anybody who's even thinking about backing our project that we're 100% dedicated to putting out something of the utmost highest quality and meeting, reaching, and exceeding the goals, creating a synergy with everybody coming together, reaching out to craftsmen and other filmmakers to make our vision for the Rangers a reality. So check out the Kickstarter, and together we'll make the Rangers happen. Rangers. Did I mention Rangers is starting its Kickstarter campaign? All through the month of March, you can go to our new website, therangersfilm.com, and that'll take you right to our Kickstarter campaign. You can also find out more about the Rangers on the Rangers mymiddleearth.com. Anyway, there'll be links all over the Kickstarter. Put in a lot of effort and energy into creating what we hope to be a highly successful Kickstarter campaign. And there'll be updates throughout the month. There's rewards for really every different level of backing the project, from Ranger Recruit at $1 to a king or queen with full IMDb recognition as an executive producer, and tons of other VIP perks. I'm even going to paint a special custom Ranger miniature for the rewards program, and I created an awesome hand-and-a-half LARP sword for slaying orcs. Anyway, gotta keep the cardio up. Rangers gotta be on the move. Rangers. And so, what have we learned today? Kickstarter, 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 Kickstarter! That's right. All through the month of March is the Rangers Kickstarter. So, friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances, we're gonna find out what's in your purse. And if what the world sees as the Rangers is I take a deep pause, because I mean, you know, when you set out on any kind of fundraising campaign like this, and to some people, especially people who are established in movie or TV, you know, in the business, you know, setting a goal of 50 grand to do probably about 30 minutes of film, you know, that will cut up into a web series, or you know, if we are fortunate enough through your support and backing to meet our stretch goals, where we'll be able to put more people in armor, do more special effects, stretch our budget into a full feature-length film, or at least an hour's worth of like TV programming, you know, whether it be for network TV or HBO, or if we got picked up by Netflix, you know, what a dream come true that would be. But you know, our budget is dwarfed by the hundreds of millions that they spend on epic projects nowadays. And as independent filmmakers, we know that we can make every dollar count, and we can create an awesome looking film that tells a fantastic story. You know, I've been playing role-playing games my whole life, literally. And, you know, I've role-played out these epic tales, and it's always been a dream to bring those stories to film. And, now that I'm a grown-up, which is arguable, I realize, but I've come to a mature age, and, I'm making those dreams come true. So help me follow the dream. Check out the Kickstarter, and do what you can. Man, it's a beautiful day. Wish it had rained and cleared the salt from the streets. I'd have the Harley out today if it was any other beautiful sunshiny day. But today, I'm going back in. Got a few more pages I want to build for the website. My buddy Mike Steyer's coming over. He's an awesome artist, and he's working on some concept art. Like I said before, we didn't have a big kickoff Kickstarter party because we are the kind of guys who would rather have, another 3 square feet of leather and rivets and sheet metal than a couple beers, so that we can make this project, the Rangers, as awesome as we possibly can. Rangers.